Kaya
Oo.
kausapin nga natin kung talaga nga bang unconstitutional itong pork barrel na ito, yung mga unprogrammed appropriations na yan, kasama ang ating former Senior Associate Justice ng Supreme Court of the Philippines at lead convener ng Isang Bayan Coalition. Kasama natin Justice Antonio Carpio joining us on the line. Justice, good morning. Peter Atrica po sa programang Balita Patan. How are you doing po?
Good morning sa mga kakilig natin.
Justice, thank you for joining us. Pag-usapan nga po natin kung pwede itong unprogrammed funds. Ang dami-daming mga terminolohiya na lumalabas na allocable, unprogrammed, at kung ano-ano pa. Pero specifically ito pong tinatawag na unprogrammed funds, ito ba may basihan para talagang ipagbawal? Is this even constitutional?
Yung ang uh, separate opinion ni Justice Hernando, sabi niya, yung unprogrammed appropriation unconstitutional dahil it is not supported by a budget of expenditures and sources of funds.
Mhm.
Dahil sa Constitution natin, nakalagay doon, yung General Appropriations Act should be based on a budget of expenditures and sources of financing. No?
Mhm.
Yung program yon for the program appropriation. Pero yung unprogrammed appropriation, wala namang budget of expenditures and sources of fund dahil wala pa namang fund yan.
Mhm. Mhm.
At saka that can be used only if there is an excess of revenue collections. No?
Mhm.
May revenue target ang gobyerno from taxes, non-taxes, dividends, mga regulatory fees. Pag nag-exceed yung collection from those targets, pwede ma-release yung unprogrammed appropriation.
Mm-mm.
Pero walang existing fund, no?
Opo.
So, ang sabi ni Justice Hernando, that will violate the Constitution dahil nakalagay sa Constitution, the General Appropriations Act must be based on a budget of expenditures and sources of financing.
Mhm.
Ang sabi ni Congressman Erice, he will question the unprogrammed appropriation ngayon sa 2026 budget.
Mhm.
He will go to the Supreme Court. Yun ang, that's the story behind that.
Yes po, and thank you for that explanation, Justice. Pero I remember talking to Senator Sani Angara a number of years ago, no, nung siya pa po ang chairman ng Committee on Finance. Ang pinag-uusapan nga namin, bakit hindi i-identify kung saan manggagaling yung mga revenues at mga pera para pondohan yung mismong GAA. Sabi niya that is the executive department's lookout. Dapat sila yung maghanap noon. Pero kami i-approve lang namin kung ano yung mga dapat na i-approve by way of the next year's budget as recommended by the executive department. So parang yun po ang lumalabas na rule na gawin natin ng budget kung anong kailangan ng bawat departamento, etc., government offices, pero saka na natin hanapan kung paano natin popondohan ito. Isn't that the usual case, Justice?
Hindi naman dahil kailangan may identified sources of funds, no, whether collections from existing taxes or new taxes. Yung yung unprogrammed appropriation, standby lang yun.
Mm-mm.
Pag may sobra ang revenue collection, pwede natin punduhan yung unprogrammed appropriation from the excess revenue collection.
Opo.
Yun lang, nagpapasakali lang ang gobyerno na, baka magkaroon tayo ng excess collection, pwede natin, we can use the excess revenue for this purpose. Yun yung rational ng unprogrammed appropriation. In other words, it is not that important.
Opo. But the other option there is, pag hindi nag-exceed ng revenue collection, di umutang. Ganun po ba?
Kasi pag nag-umutang ka, magkakaroon ng inflationary effect yun. At saka, ang uh, you have to balance it, no? Dahil pag umutang ka, tataas yung interest rate sa sa market, yung mga private sector matatamaan pag tumaas yung interest rate. So, kaya sabi nila, yung ang program appropriation, kung sakali sumobra yung collection, pwede natin gamitin dyan. Pero hindi naman, it's not that important. Yun ang meaning ng ang program appropriation. Dahil pag talagang importante, pwede nila lagay sa program at saka uutang sila, no?
Opo.
But they don't want to go to that extent dahil may effect nga sa interest rate, no?
Opo.
Sabi din po ninyo, Justice, no, na hindi naman ganun kahalaga yung mga proyekto na popondohan itong unappropriated funds. Dahil kung wala ngang matatanggap, edi walang magti-trickle down na magiging budget for that. But if ganun lang din naman po pala, meron tayong mga hindi naman ganun kahalagang proyekto, why not just scrap it off the table, and kung meron man tayong darating na excess fund, ilaan na lang natin dun sa mas mahalagang bagay. Bakit kailangan meron pa tayong mga items na ganito na hindi naman pala that important?
Yes, pwede naman, we can do away with the program appropriation. Pag may sobrang revenue collection, there can be a supplemental budget. Ang ina-avoid lang nila na magkaroon pa ng supplemental budget, linalagay na lang nila, standby na lang.
Okay.
May authority na from Congress to spend pag may revenue, excess revenue. Dahil pag hindi mo ilagay yan sa program appropriation, pupunta ka sa Congress ngayon, hihingi ka ng supplemental budget. Yun ang dyan. So, ngayon, ang ginawa nila in 2024, dahil mahirap talaga i-fulfill yung magkakaroon ng excess revenue. Hello?
Opo.
Opo,
Go ahead,
opo.
please, sir.
Dahil very rare magkaroon ng excess revenue dahil sabi ng Supreme Court, okay, pag may excess revenue, pwede nyo gamitin yung, you can release funds for the program appropriation. Pero dapat there is excess revenue in all those sources of revenues. Revenue from taxes, non-taxes, dividends, regulatory fees. Dapat may excess sa lahat na yun. Hindi pwede yung you have excess collection sa government dividends lang, pero hindi sa other other sectors, no?
Opo.
So mahirap talaga. In other words, suntok sa buwan yan. Kaya ang ginawa nila sa 2024, nagdagdag sila ng another source from excess funds of government controlled or owned corporation, GOCCs.
Opo.
Kaya kinuha nila yung PhilHealth at
Yes.
PDIC.
Oo.
Kasi sigurado yun, may pera doon eh. If they just rely on the excess revenue from taxes, non-taxes, dividends, hindi sigurado yun.
Malabo.
So, ginawa nila, dinagdagan nila ng another item, another source from excess funds of GOCCs. Tinamaan yung PhilHealth. Hindi pwede nila kunin yun. Yun eh, trust fund yun eh. Yung PDIC, trust fund din yun. Hindi pera ng mga depositors yun eh. Linagay nila ngayon sa infrastructure, sa flood control.
Ayun.
Yun ang ang sabi ni Secretary Recto, yung sa PhilHealth raw, napunta raw yun sa
health services din daw po.
Sa health services. Pero merong siyang sulat sa PhilHealth requesting that PhilHealth transfer the funds to the National Treasury dahil this will be used for government infrastructure project under the program appropriation. Hindi sa health services. May sulat siya.
Opo. Nako.
Doon pala, may record pala eh.
Aba.
May record.
Bakit
ganyan
ganun?
din ang nangyari sa sa PDIC kasi pareho yung sulat niya eh.
Ayun.
Sabi nila, Justice, na itong budget ngayon, maraming safeguard against pork dahil tinanggal na nila yung mga lump sum projects na tinatawag at ginawa nila.
Yung ano naman, yung program appropriation ngayon, I'm not worried dahil talagang for revised modernization of the AFP, no? Tsaka for to support foreign assisted project. Pwede yun. Okay na yun. Ang ano lang, babantayan lang namin, we will not go to the Supreme Court to question it. But babantayan lang namin na pag nag-release sila ng fund, dapat yung all those sources of revenue na exceed nila yung target. Hindi pwede yung ano lang, sa dividends of the government lang. Yung sources of revenue from taxes o new taxes o regulatory fees, dapat i-exceed rin nila yan. At saka may idadagdag kami na requirement. Pwede kayo mag-release ng funds to the extent of the excess. Hindi pwede may excess ka na 1 peso, i-release mo na yung 1 billion ngayon. Hindi pwede. Kailangan you can release an amount equivalent to the excess collection.
Okay. All right. Justice Carpio, ito pong desisyon ng Korte Suprema no sa ipinababalik yung kinuhang pondo mula po sa PhilHealth, di po ba? So is that already a precedent-setting decision na pwedeng i-apply po doon sa mga departamento ng ahensya ng gobyerno na mahina ang absorptive capacity? In other words, hindi magastos lahat ng pondo nila, yung ba hindi na pwedeng kunin as a result of the PhilHealth decision?
Yeah, hindi pwede dahil nakalagay sa Constitution yun eh. No law shall be passed authorizing the transfer of appropriation. May exception lang. Pag may savings at presidente lang pwede maglipat ng savings. Ito hindi ito savings eh.
Yun nga po. So yung savings na pinag-uusapan natin dahil hindi nagamit ng ahensya So, pwede pa rin kunin yun.
Pwede. Matagal na yan. Andiyan yan. That's routinely being done by the president. Pag may savings naman talaga, pwede mo na magamit. Pag
the end of the year.
Natayo mo na yung bridge. May sobra kang 100 million. Pwede mo na magamit yun sa classroom, no?
Opo.
Pero dapat may savings. Hindi pwede yung on day 1 ng January pa lang, gagastusin mo na. Hindi pwede. Dapat actual savings.
Yeah, pero medyo baka po yung pag sinabing savings, it's not really savings, but unused. In other words, hindi
nagamit
hindi efficient yung binigyan ng budget, hindi naman naipatupad yung mga proyekto. That's not exactly savings, di po ba?
Yeah, kailangan savings. Kasi pag hindi mo ginamit, hindi yan savings. Savings means may sobra ka after you accomplish the purpose.
Ayun. Oo. So in other words, all deliverables na satisfy. Meron pang sumobra.
Dapat, let's say nagtayo ka ng schoolhouse, may sobra ka, savings yung sobra.
Opo.
Pero pag wala ka pang tinayo, wala pang savings.
Okay.
Kaya binabantayan nyo lang. May quarterly report yung mga government agencies. Pag first quarter, wala pa talagang savings kasi hindi pa nag-uumpisa yun. So siguro starting third quarter, magkakaroon na ng savings.
Opo. So, ilan ng mga analyst na nagsasabi na ito pong 150 billion in unprogrammed funds nandun pa rin sa GAA at sabi nila, ito ay actually discretionary funds or pork in disguise. Do you agree with this, sir?
Well, as long as I will use it to support foreign assisted project, kailangan talaga yun. Hindi naman masabi mo pork yun kasi counterpart fund ng gobyerno yun for a foreign loan. As long as you use it for AFP modernization, that's not pork. So tinanggal nila yung sagip, yung sa unprogrammed appropriation, ang mga 80 billion originally proposed ng Congress for support of infrastructure project of the government. napakalawak yun, no? Yun ang pork. Pero the President vetoed that, no? The 80 billion. So, sa akin, okay na yun, yung program appropriation. Basta, they can use it only if they have excess funds in all of those items for revenue collections from taxes, non-taxes,
Apo.
regulatory fees, dividends. Dapat nag-exceed tayo sa lahat. At saka, what can be released will be only the excess.
Kailan po ba ito titignan, Justice, yung sinasabing savings or yung excess nga po na pondo? Is it by the end of the year? But if by the end of the year, pwede po ba magkakaroon na naman ng panibago pang budget for the next year? So, kailan po ang pag-review nitong...
Well, starting third quarter, pwede mo na malaman na kung meron kang savings third and fourth quarter pwede na.
Opo, but then again, kung third at fourth quarter yan, at saka lang ma-allocate natin for unappropriated funds etong mga savings na ito, hindi po ba it's a little too late para dun sa projects?
Iba yung savings, ano yon? Itong program operation, hindi savings ito, excess of revenue collection.
Ayun.
Yung savings kasi, naka-appropriate yun, let's say for a schoolhouse, natayo mo na yung schoolhouse, may sobra, yun ang savings. Dito sa program appropriation, wala namang, hindi pagkukunan doon sa program to renew excess collections talaga ito.
Opo, so towards the end of the year pa rin po ba ito makikita? Third, fourth quarter? Di po ba too late na po yan?
Yes, malalaman mo lang kung may excess towards the third or fourth quarter. Pero hindi talaga, almost impossible to exceed revenue collections in all of those categories.
Okay.
Kaya ang ginawa nila in 2024, linagay nila, the Secretary of Finance can transfer excess funds of GOCCs to the National Treasury to fund the program appropriation.
Kung almost...
Finance nila yung flood control.
Opo. Kung almost impossible din naman po pala na magkaroon tayo ng excess, paano pa po tayo nakakakuha ng napakaraming revenue for the unprogrammed appropriations?
Yun nga, standby lang, just in case.
Oo. Kung sakasakali lang.
Kaya ako sa akin okay na. Wag lang sila mag-release ng fund pag walang excess sa lahat na classification.
Yeah. Okay, one last, Justice, if I may. Sabi nga ni Senator Win, itong 2026 budget is an education budget. Opo, ang laki ng napunta sa education. Malaki rin ang napunta sa Department of Agriculture when you think about it because nasa kanila na rin yung mga farm-to-market roads. Ang tanong po dito is, Justice, ang COA lang halos ang ang nagre-red flag kapag may problema And more often than not, after the fact na at saka nila mare-red flag. Opo. How do we enhance po yung ating pre-audit at para hindi na po dumating doon sa
ang
sa dulo?
suggestion ko diyan sa yung bidding committees, yung Bids and Awards Committee, dapat may civil society member, talagang real member.
Opo.
Para hindi walang pwedeng rigging. Kasi dapat pipirma siya pag member siya. Pag walang sa civil society member doon, nobody knows what's happening. Doon nagkakalokohan Kita mo yung kwento ng mga DPWH engineer. Yung bidding nila, sila na lang. Wala kasi nobody's monitoring it. Dapat civil society should monitor the bidding.
Is it out of this world to even suggest, sir, na bakit ba hindi kumuha ng private auditing firm? Ang mga critical, hindi naman lahat yung mga critical agencies that have massive funding.
Well, kasi pag kumuha ka ng private auditor, so that's after the fact ulit yun na bid out na yan, tapos mag-implement. Post-audit kasi tayo dapat niyan, doon pa sa Bids and Award Committee, may tao ng civil society.
Opo. Bukod sa doon, kasi aminado naman po ang Commission on Audit at ilang beses na nilang binabanggit na we are undermanned. So ang daming nakakalusot, no? Too many things are falling off the cracks, sabi nga nila.
Well, they should hire more people. Kasi pag kumuha ka ng private, ganyan din, gagasto ka rin, no? So they should just hire.
Yeah, okay. So we will leave it there for the meantime, Justice. Maraming salamat po. We appreciate your insights and expertise on these matters are very, very valuable. Salamat po, sir.
Salamat rin. Salamat,
Thank you, Justice.
tagakinig natin.
Opo.
And si former Justice Antonio Carpio, lead convener din ng Isang Bayan Coalition.